Welcome to video number 2 about the researcher's first murder. We're gonna dive into what's in the box and I tell you everything that you need to know before you start the whole puzzle. First of all, thanks for the support for the first video. I really appreciate it and I hope you're gonna discuss maybe anything that I say in the comments down below, because I really love engaging with you down in the comments below and discussing all the things that are in the puzzle and that we might need to solve. So there's a lot, so let's just dive into it. So obviously this video is about the researcher's first murder and we're gonna dive into what's in the box. And there's nothing for now because I separated all the card sets that are quite obvious to sort. And we're gonna have a look at all of them and I just tell you what my first thoughts were about them and what might lead you somewhere for the whole puzzle itself, but there's so much going on and by the first look you're gonna be very confused. First things first, we have several sets of cards. They're looking like this, for example. There are some paintings, famous paintings. The most famous one is obviously this one, and this one gives you the first hint of what the set is about. And we got this special item down here. This is kind of the title for the set because it's de ma galerie, and that is French and it stands for from my gallery. That's very obvious. And it features a walrus. Is it the right pronunciation? I'm not sure about that. We got 10 cards from this set and they all have some text sides to it. We're not going to focus on the text sides for now because they are very much content and they are very confusing, especially because they mostly start open and they end open. So maybe there's just a single word ending a sentence from a page before and they are ending with an open sentence. So like you need to connect the two ends, which is very difficult because sometimes two cards start with the same words. So you don't really know what card goes after the other. The second set is also quite easy to understand that it is a set because it features watches. We got 8 cards of them and they kind of fit together, so these two don't. We're just gonna start with these two. It is a golden watch and it has some text on it as well. So this card says which first. There's another starting where. We're gonna have a look at this set, but yeah, there's already some trivia because maybe you can see it's quite difficult. Maybe I can just, as you can see now, there's some special paper lying underneath this watch, and this might be very important. I haven't solved this set yet, so I cannot tell you that much about it. But yeah, let's just say it is important, and there is a kind of an error that isn't necessarily disturbing the whole puzzle. Because John Finnemore said in his newsletter that it should go all the way through, but that shouldn't bother us at all. We got another set that is pretty easy to build, I guess, because it features very obviously anything you need to know. And it looks kind of like this. So you got cards that are obviously part of a map with green land elements. We got some water over here, and we got these white diagonal lines and this symbol in the middle, and this is going to be very important, but more on that later when we talk about each set individually. But very basically it's about rearranging all the cards in a certain shape so you get a landmass that is kind of understandable. One of the sets that is very hard to understand is this one, because we have some drawings of famous people and weapons. Like, they seem to be murder weapons. For example, we got hands on this one. But you kind of need to figure out who are these people. And that is, at least for me, pretty difficult. Because I don't know that many films, and especially not that many old films. But they are obviously characters from films and TV series. Because they are very different, but they all feature kind of the same vibe. Is it what it, yeah, that's kind of what I want to say. I can tell you, I know who all these people are, but I don't know what to do with it. So this is going to be a set that we figure out later in the series. I don't know when. The next set is something that I put a lot of effort in already, but I don't know what to do. And there's a special hint that kind of triggers me for this set, and it's this one. They are black and white kind of drawings of a story, basically. There seems to be a lot going on. We got some different settings, but kind of the same characters overall. And there's another card that we entitled like Murderer's Office, something like that. And this is this one. And as you can see, there are some additional informations that belong to other sets or give clues or hints. They themselves are kind of a bit out of context to all the other cards because they don't belong to another set of cards. They just appear to be there just to give you some more help to understand what's going on. And then there's this one, which gives you some help for another set that I already solved. And that is this one. It's called the Mace set. And by the way, all the names for the sets, kind of the map set, the clock set, de ma galerie, the caricatures, they got their names from like what they are, but they also mentioned like that in the Reddit threads. So I'm just gonna keep up the names and maybe add some if some need to be specified. So this mace set is something that the Redditors wrap their heads around because it is very difficult. If you want to Google Lens them, you won't get a good result for each card. So it's very difficult, and sometimes you might need the text sites to understand where you are in those cards, and it is very important to know where you are. And this one was actually one that came to me instantly when I looked at it, although I'm very far away in Germany. Because, for example, this is... Maybe you can just add in the comments what you think this is, if you can see it properly. And you might need the blue tiles from the other card that I've already shown you in order to solve that. More on that later. This set was so confusing. It's like you look at it and you just think, what's going on? Would you write a postcard like this to your grandparents in your holidays? I don't think so. So they are kind of very special picture postcards, obviously, but they are all built the same. They all feature this background, some structure on it, some Asian guys, and some sign they hold with a certain image, with a color, with this flower. They all feature a plus or a minus, and they all have this white space over here with some parts of some Asian writing, I guess. I know, I don't guess, because I solved this set, and I'm very confident I did it right, but nonetheless, it's confusing. We got 3 sets left, so we're just gonna have a look at the others. There's a set with a pointing statue. So this is the set, the pointing statue. It features this statue, which is Jupiter or Zeus. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but let's just stick with the statue. And it is ironically pointing at itself. And you got other images, like historical artifacts, or like this. It goes through different cultures. We got a mosaic featured in this set. We got this one. It's a painting. So you get an idea, and maybe I can show you a picture where it is clear. So like this. So we got this Egyptian hieroglyph setup, and we got the arm of the statue pointing at this head. We got it pointing at this head. And I can assure you, you can find all the images on Google Lens, but you will find that they are altered in some way. That's just what I want to spoil by now. But it is very important that they are altered, because the result is going to give you some more information on certain stuff. Without spoiling, that's the pointing statue set. Another set that I almost solved completely is this one. It features images, it features some black lines, it features some red circles, And if you look closely, you can get something. Maybe I can just grab some random cards. You get something like this. You get an idea of what it looks like in the end. This is a very interesting set, and there was a lot of discussion about what it actually is in the Reddit, and I fell for some very misleading clues or hints, which made it very hard to really understand it. But it was more complicated than it might is, because it's quite simple to solve it when you know what to do. So you're gonna love the video about this set, which is coming anytime soon, because this is a set that is satisfying to do once you get the hang of it. And last but not least, probably the most satisfying part of the puzzle, because this set, the stained glass set, is difficult because it has so many levels, but anything you will find on these cards will be used. And that's a great mechanic, and that's great puzzle work that I love, because let me tell you this, if a puzzle features things that are not relevant at all for the puzzle, why haven't they been left out? What are these cards about? You can see these 3 windows. You can see animals. You can see them holding like letters. You can see different colors and the shapes of the windows. Some cards do have these color schemes up front from the stained glass, and you got the full alphabet covered. So each letter is featured once in the alphabet, and that's basically it. And this one was... I really love this set, and probably the first video about a specific set is going to be about this one, because this is, believe me, it's satisfying solving it. On top, we got the booklet. I already read you the introduction and kind of the basic information you need to know in order to solve it. So that's all that's in the box. I think I gave you a quick overview of what we are talking about. We're going to dive into each set individually. Maybe just 2 sets in one video. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But yeah, I just give you everything I know. I try not to spoil something, or at least I give you some spoiler warning in advance, but I cannot guarantee you to not spoil. Maybe you can have a guess. I already said which sets I solved, but maybe you can guess down in the comments which set did I already solve and which set did you find very hard to do. That's it for today. You may have recognized that I've changed the setup a little bit. I just put my lights on and got another camera, my microphone is plugged in. So I'm very happy if you engage with the content, if you share it, if you just like it, if you subscribe to the channel. Maybe we can reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be great, just to give a start. I'm not eager about gaining as many subscribers as possible, but it's always nice to see the channel grow, and it's always nice to see more people engaging with the content. So that's all I have to say for now. That was what's in the box. See you in the next video.